argue that this is one of the biggest heavyweight fights you've ever had? In fact, one of the biggest fights you've had in years, regardless of weight?
100%, yeah. Yeah, when you look at the skill level and where these guys are, it's probably the biggest and the best heavyweight championship we've ever done. I think in what I've heard from Jones talking this week, he believes that he's more of a complete fighter than Ciryl Gane is. Jon Jones feels like he's the whole package, and, they've never seen anything like him in the heavyweight divisions. The interesting thing about this fight for Jon Jones is, going into, when we were going to do the Francis Ngannou fight, Jon Jones was the favorite. As we go into the Ciryl Gane fight, Jon Jones is the underdog. So this fight means that much more to Jon Jones to go in as an underdog in the heavyweight division and beat Ciryl Gane. And to answer your question, yes, it's going to be interesting if Jon Jones takes him down. What's going to happen? You have two freak athletes. Not only are they considered both the best in the world, but they're two freak athletes. It's just, you couldn't have a better fight.
Jones did not punch very hard. Like, that was one of the things that stood out about him. Now, he kneed hard, he kicked hard, he elbowed hard. He did a lot of things very well, but in terms of his punching ability, he didn't have, like, jarring power. Now, gaining 30 pounds, maybe he gets a bit of a heavier puncher, but he will never match Ciryl Gane in terms of the punching power. He's going to need his skill in order to do this. Here's the issue. Ciryl Gane possesses a lot of those same skills. He can stand on the outside and fight. He can pot shot you from the outside, and he does possess jarring power when he does land. Jon Jones always had a bit of a size advantage over a lot of the guys he fought at 205 too. That's going to be missing. Bro, when you look at Jones, he looks bigger, but a lot of the weight is up top. His bottom half still looks pretty slim. You look at Ciryl Gane, it looks like somebody stuck a air pump in that dude's mouth and just started pumping. He looks huge, but he only weighs about 250 pounds. He's not heavy. He's just lean, he's ripped, and he's big and he's strong. This is a very big challenge for Jon Jones. Ciryl Gane is as good as they come, in RC. Don't believe him. He said he doesn't like to train whenever he's not fighting. That dude's gonna be ready to fight Jon Jones on Saturday night.
He fought Taito Tavasa in front of his home country. I'm sure that was a massive moment for him. But I'm not Taito Tavasa. I look nothing like him. I don't perform like him. I'm not Derek Lewis. I'm not Francis Ngannou. I'm a much, much different athlete. I'm by far the most versatile athlete he's ever faced. I'm the most experienced athlete he's ever faced. And whether he realizes it in the cage, while walking to the cage or not, he will realize it maybe by round 2 or round 1. He'll realize it. He'll realize it. I've watched his fights. He got tired in his last fight against Francis Ngannou. All that fancy footwork, him supposedly being the fastest heavyweight that we've ever seen. All that went away. 1 or 2 takedowns, making him earn getting back up to his feet. That tired him out big time. I'm a wrestler, and I wrestle people a lot, and it's a different type of endurance. A lot of people don't like having someone on top of them and having to earn their way back up to his feet. I watched Francis Ngannou in that last fight. Francis, in the last rounds, could barely move his feet. He could barely lift his legs. He was walking so slowly. And Gane didn't destroy Francis.
How I can say for him is just to stay focused. To stay focused. He like to say, I don't have a good striking, blah, 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 blah. But truly, I think I have a really high level striking. Yeah, like I'm aware about his wrestling game. You see, me, I'm aware. I'm really aware about that, and I'm going to be focused on that.
What makes her even more impressive is, for those of you that don't know, Amanda Nunes is a weight class above her, and very controversial decision. Some people thought Valentina won the fight. So yeah, she is without a doubt the baddest woman to ever walk the face of the earth, and she's an incredible athlete. But Alexa Grasso, who she's facing on Saturday night, out of Mexico, has really tightened up her game over the last couple of years. Her stand-up is incredible. Her ground game's incredible. And this should be a very fun fight, too.
Boom, boy, make a miss. Boom, make a miss. One. I want to get into the habit of shooting after every time you roll. Boom, 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 boom. Look where my hand is. That's a shield. Boom, boom, boom. Do that a minute each, essentially, and then we'll swap it to the lead hook.
And I wanted to break this major card that we have here in Denver coming up on April 29th. 2 new signings that we have to go against 2 of our big signings that we already have. So the first will be Chad Mendez, will be the co-main event on April 29th, and he'll be taking on Eddie Alvarez.
Wow.
And the main event of that evening will be Mike Perry will be taking on former UFC world champion Luke Rockhold.
Wow.
So it's a big doubleheader, 2 big signings for BKFC, just trying to keep everything moving forward and adding some big names and big power to this roster of ours.
Chad Mendez, Eddie Alvarez. What weight is this at?
That's going to be at 165.
Now, Platinum Perry against Luke Rockhold. What weight?
That's going to be 185.
185. Okay, very interesting. Now, for those that may be unfamiliar, how many rounds and how long are the rounds?
We do 5 2-minute rounds, non-stop action, complete excitement the whole entire fight long. It just doesn't stop.
It's an offer I couldn't refuse. And I'm still a free agent. That's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of where we're at and where we're going to keep it. BKFC, I mean, I'm loyal to them for sure if we stay in that space. But this is a one-term bound agreement. And they gave me a fight with Mike Perry as the main event for this groundbreaking fight. I love it. I mean, Mike Perry's, he's a little dog. I like what's in front of me, and I like the opponent, and I like the stage, and it's fucking new.
April 29th, how do you see it playing out?
I'm gonna knock Chad Mendez out. There's not a doubt in my mind. Not a doubt. Because this isn't MMA where I gotta worry about a takedown, and I gotta pop around and move around and do all this crazy stuff because I'm worried about kicks and takedowns. I'm gonna sit down on every single shot that I throw. And if I sit down and throw a shot with my bare hand, there's not a single man on this card who's gonna be able to take that. Not a single man.
Hey, Dan, who is the best in the world right now? Sidebar, pound for pound right now, who is the best fighter in the sport?
It would have to be Jon Jones. I mean, realistically, it's Jon Jones has never, if you look at all the people that he's fought, he's never lost a fight. It kills me that one is on his record, 26-1. You have to understand, for the people that don't know, this was during a time when the Nevada State Athletic Commission was very weak. And there was a referee in there that stopped the fight and called Jones the loser in that fight. A fight he was dominating and should have been finished. Instead of disqualifying Jones, they should have stopped the fight. And Jones right now really should be 27-0.
He was dominating that fight. That was the first round too. He was dominating that fight.
That fight should have been stopped. It should have been over, and Jones should be 27-0. I fought hard to try to get that one taken off his record, but I haven't been able to get it done. It's horrible. It's a referee that I said a million times should not even be in the octagon reffing. But what are you going to do?
So my motivation is to become the best man that I can be a reflection of God's love and His forgiveness, and ultimately have fans from around the world to see the Christ that's inside of me.
My God, it is amazing.
If a person like Jon could love Jesus Christ, and if a person like Jon could have a relationship with Jesus Christ, then maybe I can too.
I actually admire that you can actually be this fake. And like when the TV comes on, how you can just change. It's like you're a chameleon.
Hey, listen,
it's awesome.
I'm a professional.
It is unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
The fact that you're a pussy hasn't changed.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how fake you can really be. Like, you are just such a fucking pussy.
Hey, pussy, are you still there?
I'm here.